coverage you can count on. This is LEX 18 News at Sunrise.
Their front door was kicked in. Find out what these homeowners did to protect themselves.
Plus, Lexington police need your help in finding a serial burglar. And in less than an hour, we're pulling the switch for DTV. These stories and more headed your way on this Friday. Finally, everybody, it's the 12th day of June. Rise and shine. Good morning, everybody. I'm Dia Davidson. Chris has the morning off.
And I'm Tom Ackerman, and this is LEX 18 News at Sunrise.
Definitely going to be shining, huh?
Well, yeah, in full digital.
Yeah.
And if you're still analog, maybe catch up with the times. Got to ride the wave or get off the beach, I guess, because it's going to just kind of be forced upon you. Show you the max track. I know it's affecting about 2 million people.
Yeah, but what is it?
Well, they had the converter box, but I mean, you can get a coupon for it, or supposedly were able to before they ran out. So we'll find out what's up with that from Lee. The live does show some showers out there this morning. What I can tell you weather-wise is things are improving. So no matter how you're looking at it, the weekend is going to be better than the last two soggy, stormy days that we've had to slog through. 66 in town. Don't be surprised if you run into a stray shower, an isolated thunderstorm this morning. We're not completely rid of them, but the chances going through the weekend are going to be very much on the low end. We should be able to recoup some of the losses as far as the temperatures go, hopefully getting to the low to mid 80s, maybe a chance to hit the pool over the weekend, get outside and enjoy yourself. We'll check it out in your complete 8-day forecast coming up.
Tom, thanks so very much as always. 6 o'clock straight on the dot here on Sunrise. A late night accident. It's 2 people waking up at UK Hospital this morning. All happened on Kentucky 44 in Anderson County. Investigators tell LEX 18 the vehicle they were in rolled over. One person was taken by ambulance to UK. The other had to be airlifted. Right now, there's no word on the extent of their injuries. Their names not released. Also from overnight, police tell us a tractor trailer went the wrong way down a one-way road and wound up overturning. It happened along Mount Eden Road just after 11. We're told the driver was looking for a motel, misjudged a curve, and tipped that truck right on over. The driver was not hurt, but it did take a few hours to get the truck back upright and on its way. The search continued overnight in Lexington for a man suspected in a string of burglaries around central Kentucky. 31-year-old Michael Lee Lakes is accused of burglarizing 3 churches in Fayette County and 1 in Jessamine County in March. Police say Lakes stole a car from Lexington, and from a Lexington home, in fact, and took off to Florida, where he'd been hiding out until now. Investigators say Lakes may be connected to other recent break-ins and are asking everyone to help officers track him down.
We have information to believe that he's said that he won't go easy, basically, that he's made threats against law enforcement if we try to apprehend him.
Police say Lakes is likely driving a stolen black Infiniti I-35 with Kentucky license plate 075GKB. Anyone with information is asked to contact Lexington Police. The time now is 6:02 on Sunrise. Residents from one Lexington home got a close call as burglars ransacked their house. Nicole Pence joins us live from Lakefront Drive with that story. Nicole?
Good morning, Dia. A pretty scary situation for the people living inside this home behind me on Lakefront Drive. Police tell me around 2:45 this morning, a man and woman sitting inside the living room at this home heard a loud bang, and they realized their front door was being kicked in. The couple ran to the bedroom and locked the door behind them. At that point, they heard either 2 or 3 men rummaging through their stuff. Police tell LEX 18 when the robbers worked their way back towards the bedroom, the homeowner inside the room yelled at the robbers and scared them off. Police say the 3 men ran away, and at that point, police do not think the robbers actually stole anything. Now, police tell us that no one was hurt during this incident. They were just pretty shaken up. We are covering the news live in Lexington from the LEX 18 mobile newsroom. Dia, back to you.
Cole, thanks so very much. The suspected shooter, who police say killed a man inside Leestown Middle School in Lexington, will not fight extradition from Missouri. Brian McGuire called from a payphone to turn himself in to police near Kansas City Wednesday. McGuire was on the run for 24 hours after police say he gunned down his co-worker Danny Donato at Leestown Middle School Tuesday morning. Several people say they've heard the 38-year-old custodian casually mention conflicts with McGuire, but say Donato never seemed concerned. Visitation for Danny Donato is tonight from 4 until 9. His funeral tomorrow afternoon, 12:30. Both services going to be held at Kerr Brothers on Harrodsburg Road in Lexington. A woman's body is found inside a van submerged in a lake at Jacobson Park. Police here in Lexington say about 10:30 Thursday morning, 2 fishermen found the minivan completely submerged in Jacobson Lake. Inside, the body of 48-year-old Cheryl Carter. James Marine was Carter's boyfriend for almost 16 years.
She was really a great person. She'd give anybody anything and do the best that she could to help anybody.
Maureen tells us Carter was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease about 10 years ago, but Maureen says Cheryl Carter gave him no reason to believe that she was ready to end her life. Fayette County coroner says Carter's death is being investigated as accidental. Autopsy results will help determine a time and manner of her death. A wanted sex offender from northern Kentucky is behind bars after his car was repossessed. Milton Sloan was convicted of incest and sexual abuse in Kenton County and must register as a sex offender. Well, a warrant was filed for his arrest after he failed to comply with the conditions. Officers received a tip that Sloan's car was recently repossessed from an address in Columbus, Ohio. Deputies with the U.S. Marshal's Office were able to take the information, find Sloan, and arrest him. Presidential voting is underway in Iran. Iranians have a choice to keep current hardline President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad for 4 more years or replace him with a reformist, open to loosening the country's Islamic restrictions and improving ties with the West. More than 45,000 polling places around that country opened this morning. Also overnight, U.S. intelligence experts are saying it's looking more and more likely North Korea is preparing for its 3rd nuclear test. On May 25th, an underground explosion was conducted, with both South Korean and U.S. officials saying it was likely the North detonated a nuclear device. Back here in the States, in Texas, severe weather pounded the Lone Star State as storms brought rain, hail, strong winds, and possible tornadoes to the region. Several buildings in and around Austin were damaged, and over 19,000 customers waking up without power this morning. So far, no injuries have been reported. Well, today is the day. Digital TV is finally here. Television stations across the nation, including, of course, LEX-18, will make the switch from analog to digital. We'll turn off that analog signal at 7 this morning, right after sunrise, and viewers with cable or satellite service will not see any disruption. But for those of you without those services, you're going to need that digital converter box to keep watching your TV set. It's estimated about 2 million people across the nation not going to be ready for this switch. If you do have any questions, please just give us a call, 859-259-1818. Let's go outside now live. LEX-18 traffic tracker, pointed boardwalk news circle on the north side of town. As you can see, not a whole lot going on over there. Want to let you know that lanes of Alexandria Drive going to be blocked as needed at Versailles Road through today. They're repairing a catch basin.
It is 6:06 on LEX-18 News at Sunrise, and coming up, we're going to check out your storm tracker forecast for the weekend. It's looking a little better than the last couple of days.
Be right back.
Meteorologist Tom Ackerman and LEX-18 storm tracker weather.
Had a couple of showers still popping over our eastern counties overnight, and there's the possibility of a few sprinkles, a light rain shower this morning, but big heavy thunderstorms, torrential rain, lightning, all that's more or less gone. So good news there as we get into the weekend. Let's get a closer look at the live and you'll see what we're talking about. Out towards Vanceburg, way out there towards Lewis County, we've had a few scattered showers. Throw a quick time lapse on, and you also notice there's a hint of moisture coming off of Woodford County towards Fayette County, and also a little further northwest, Franklin County, as you get up towards Frankfort. A few spotty showers. See those little blips of yellow and green coming in. So still a few issues to have to deal with. And as far as the rainfall surpluses go, boy, have we been wet. This is just since June 1st, so you're not talking about that many days. And look at the surplus we're running already. Record-setting rainfall yesterday, and over the past couple of days, there have been between 2 to 4 inch totals, so just incredibly soggy. Look at it since January 1st. Jackson's running almost a 4.5 inch surplus, so we're good in the rain department. Here you can see 24-hour totals showing 1.5 inch totals, so you know it's been wet, and we still got the chance for some stray showers or storms into the weekend. Flash flood watch is up through 7 a.m. for Carter County. That'll be gone soon. So the flooding threat's diminishing. The fog is an issue. Visibility could be down to a few miles in some spots. We're in the mid-60s now. Southwesterly winds at 10 miles per hour. You got mid-60s in Jackson, upper 60s in Louisville, a 70 down towards Somerset. And here come those highs for today, upper 70s. We'll try to get some sunshine in later on this afternoon, so things are looking better. Tonight, mid to low 60s. Tomorrow, low 80s a possibility. And here comes the but for the weekend. We've still got that chance for a stray shower storm. That's the batch of storms that went through last night. You saw that line of them in western Kentucky. They had a whole lot of wind damage from those, but we didn't end up with a whole lot here. Now we just got some lingering low cloud cover and a few spotty showers that are hanging on. Cold front settles south, stalls, and with a wave of low pressure passing us by over the weekend, there is the chance you'll see the moisture coming in. Look at that, 7 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. A few showers, a stray thunderstorm Saturday afternoon, and then maybe again Sunday afternoon. I think the better chance is probably going to be closer to Saturday. And then another frontal system coming in for the beginning of next week could mean some additional rain chances around Monday or Tuesday. Mostly cloudy, a stray shower storm. This is the last day where we're finally going to retire the bus stop forecast for the summer. And we'll be in the upper 70s today, mostly to partly cloudy. A stray shower storm popping up pretty much in the southern counties today along that boundary. 61 tonight, partly cloudy, some patchy, dense fog late tonight, early tomorrow morning. And then Saturday, around the 80s, some low to mid 80s as you head south, partly sunny. We could cloud up a bit in the afternoon and see a few showers and storms firing up, and then more of the same Sunday, but just lesser chances. Beginning of the week, that next round comes in, showers, thunderstorms, and it looks like low to mid 80s, maybe even close to upper 80s by the end of next week.
All righty. We're going to go outside now live. LEX-18 traffic tracker pointed at Newtown and Maine. As you can see, traffic volume is picking up on this early Friday morning. No collisions to report, but want to remind you, outbound lane of East High Street between South Ashland and Euclid Avenues going to be blocked between 9 in the morning and 3 in the afternoon through today to allow for some sidewalk repairs.
6:13 on LEX-18 News at Sunrise. Coming up, we've got this morning's Sunrise Sports.
But first, Lee Cruse is with the LEX-18 experts, our engineering guys, getting us ready for the DTV conversion. Howdy do.
Good morning, guys. We were discussing how many engineers it takes to turn off the analog signal, and so far we've counted 3 of them. Five? I didn't know. Now, what will happen is, of course, we will step into the digital world exclusively. Coming up here in just a few minutes, we'll talk more about that when we return. Plus, more news, traffic, and weather on the way as well as we continue with our big broadcast. You're watching LEX-18 News at Sunrise. Welcome back to LEX-18 News at Sunrise. Today we're talking about the loss of our analog signal as we step into the, well, yeah, we're turning the signal off. We're not doing that anymore. We're going to step into the digital world exclusively. Before we move on, though, let's make sure we show Sam Gordon, who got a haircut for TV. There it is. Very nice. Now, Sean Franklin, where are you, Sean? We're going to turn the signal off for good. This signal's been, it was the first that originated television for Central Kentucky back in, what, 1955?
1955, when it came on.
Yeah,
it's finally getting shut down.
And I know if folks are still confused about this whole analog to digital deal, they can call. You guys will be answering the phone 259-1818.
And our operations and engineering departments will be answering the phones to help you set up your converter boxes or antennas, or answer any questions to make sure you still receive our signal after 7 o'clock this morning.
It's the first time I've been in this room, and Tony, I didn't realize we had a brewery in here with all the comfort.
Brewery. That's how we keep it going.
Yeah. So that's why you guys hang out here so much. Free booze. All right, so today, right before the Today Show begins, we will flip a switch, and then kaput. The last image that you may see on Channel 18 could be Sam Gordon's face. Give him a face. Look at it right there. That could be it. That's our legacy. That will be frozen. We'll come back. We'll tell you more in a bit, guys.
Hey, Lee.
Yes, ma'am.
Did they happen to know that a web address, so that if people need to get that coupon still for the converter box?
You know, if you can't figure it out, you're probably not on the web, but I will give it to you anyway. Anybody know the web address for Dio wants to know what the web address is for the coupon?
You can't get coupons
DTV.
anymore.
Oh, you can't get a coupon anymore, do you?
You're out of luck for the coupons.
Get a coupon?
Yeah.
You can always get a coupon.
Hey, was I
It's
correct?
DTV.com, though, if you want to.
Was I correct in hearing that we're going to have
.gov.
a phone bank set up with engineers answering it?
Say that again, Tom?
Was I correct hearing that we're going to have an engineer helpline? Is that really wise?
Yeah, I guess they'll answer live. I don't know. You're going to be answering the phone live?
Yeah.
No, he said why.
You can't hear
anything.
Bye. Coach Rich Brooks wasn't in Lexington when the news broke that the NCAA was taking away Jeremy Jarman's last year of eligibility for taking a banned substance.
Yeah, now the coach is back in town and talking about a situation he calls heartbreaking. Brent Carney has more in sports.
Rarely is it ever easy replacing a great player. In his one-on-one with Rich Brooks, Alan Cutler talked to UK's head coach about replacing Jeremy Jarman in that situation and the Cats' outlook on the future. That's this morning's LEX-18 True Blue coverage.
I was born a Kentucky fan. I was not a Kentucky fan, and I would be a Wildcat for life.
It's heartbreaking because he had made a decision to come back. He's never really done anything wrong. He's always been a class act.
A judgment error about a dietary supplement cost talented defensive end Jeremy Jarman his final year of eligibility.
It's a very, very sad deal, and you kind of wish the NCAA would have a little better empathy and understanding on a case-by-case basis.
Jarman took the high road and has kept quiet on where he bought the diet pills. To Brooks, that in itself is part of the problem.
The real problem is, to me, the health food stores that are unregulated in providing things that are illegal or banned substances from over-the-counter sales.
Does the punishment fit the crime? When Brooks looks at what happened to Jarman and sees some other mistakes that other players make off the field, Brooks does not think it's fair.
The things that other players get away with, including maybe academic fraud or something, and they get penalized 2 or 3 games or less sometimes, off the field problems that players to me that are a lot more severe than what Jeremy did.
Alan Cutler, LEX 18 Sports.
For more of Coach Brooks' comments on Jarman, go to our website, lex18.com, and click over to sports. That's your look at sports for this morning. Have a great day.
All right, Brent, thanks very much. It's 6:20 here on Sunrise. More news, weather, and Lee Cruse on the way.
Yeah, LEX18 News at Sunrise. Going to be right back.
Meteorologist Tom Ackerman and LEX18 Storm Tracker weather.
I know we've been talking for 2 days now about how it's going to clear out going into the weekend. It is, but we've still got some lingering issues out just to the east of Versailles, basically running the, Versailles Road, running the border there between Versailles and Woodford and Fayette County. We've got some showers, little sprinkles, a spotty light shower coming in, and a few more up towards Frankfurt. So the 3D shows overall things are looking better, but you still may end up getting a brief sprinkle, moderate rain shower at times. Mid-60s, upper 60s across the board. It feels good out there, and highs today, hopefully with some sunshine into the afternoon, should run around the upper 70s and maybe some low 80s into our southern counties. That's the last of the storms that went through last night. It was nasty in western Kentucky. They had a lot of wind damage reported, and for us, we've got a lot of clouds in place, so a mostly cloudy to eventually partly cloudy day. And not much in the way of rain. You'll notice an isolated shower storm. This is kind of lagging behind the cold front that's already through. Into the weekend, we will have a shot at seeing at least a pop-up shower or thunderstorm into the afternoon. Saturday afternoon, here it comes. And then maybe again into Sunday, although I think those chances will drop a bit more as you go through the weekend. So it's better than it's been, but we still do have that nagging threat of a stray shower or thunderstorm. Coming up, we'll check out your complete storm tracker forecast.
Tom Ackerman, thanks so very much. 6:24 right here on Sunrise. Still ahead, get the latest in business news. It's from the New York Stock Exchange.
You may soon have to start paying taxes on that company's cell phone, and consumer confidence may be on the rise. It's all coming up in the Bloomberg Business Report.
Sunrise, the IRS is hoping a tax on company cell phones will bring in some extra cash for the government.
Everybody loves new taxes. Michelle Steele has more in this morning's LEX18 Bloomberg Business Report.
Good morning. One theme this morning may be growing consumer confidence. Economists surveyed by Bloomberg say confidence among consumers is likely gaining this month. That would make it 4 straight monthly gains for the University of Michigan Consumer Confidence Index, which comes out right after the opening bell today. A rise in consumer confidence, of course, signaling that the worst recession in at least 5 decades may end this year. Meantime, in the investment business, BlackRock is now poised to become the world's largest money manager. BlackRock paying $13.5 billion in cash and stock to buy Barclays Global Investors. With the purchase, BlackRock will be overseeing $2.7 trillion in assets, more than the Federal Reserve. And you know that cell phone your company gives you? Well, you may soon have to start paying taxes on it. More after this.
Bloomberg's Business Report is brought to you by Hotels.com.
What's up, Smart?
Being smart. Yep, just booked my 10th night on Hotels.com. So, I get a night free. You, me, getaway.
Really? Where?
Anywhere you want.
A bed and breakfast?
Bed and breakfast. Check.
A place by the beach?
a place by Awesome.
Oh, you are smart.
Accumulate 10 nights and get a night free. Welcome rewards from Hotels.com. Smart. So smart.
All right, after gains for stocks yesterday, the S&P now standing at a 7-month high. A rally in oil prices lifting energy shares yesterday, and a drop in Treasury yields eased concern higher borrowing costs would choke off an economic recovery. And here's the deal now on that story about how company cell phones may soon be taxed. The IRS proposing that employers assign 25% of an employee's annual phone expenses a taxable benefit. The plan's not finalized, but under one option being discussed, if you use a personal cell phone for non-business calls during work hours, you may be exempt. And that's business news at the New York Stock Exchange. I'm Michalski with the Bloomberg Business Report.
With coverage you can count on, this is LEX 18 News at Sunrise.
Their front door was kicked in. Find out what these homeowners did to protect themselves.
Plus, a semi causes quite the mess in Shelby County overnight, and we're getting ready to make the change over to DTV. It's about 30 minutes away. These stories more headed your way on this Friday. Finally, everybody, June 12th. Good morning, everyone. I'm Dia Davidson. Chris Goodman has morning on.
And I'm Tom Ackerman, and this is LEX 18 News at Sunrise.
Oh, I can't wait until it's the weekend. I'm sleepy.
It's here. Well, yeah, of course you're sleepy. Everybody's sleepy on this shift.
Yes.
But the good news is the weekend is evening out. Temperature-wise, we're doing okay. Precipitation-wise, we've still got a little sprinkle, a little spotty shower out there. North and west, so be aware as you're driving around. I know everything's calmed down, there are no more storms. You still could get hit with a brief little spritz of rain on your windshield. 3D shows all the real general nastiness is out of the state. Mid-60s to start. We should hit upper 70s today. We'll have partly sunny skies, I think, by later on this afternoon. Mostly cloudy skies to start out. A pretty good-looking weekend on the way with just a couple of minor issues to touch on, and we'll do that coming up in your Storm Tracker forecast.
Thank you very much. It's 6:31 here on Sunrise. A late-night accident has 2 people waking up at UK Hospital. It happened on Kentucky 44 in Anderson County. Investigators tell LEX 18 the vehicle they were in rolled over. One person was taken by ambulance to UK, the other airlifted. Right now, no word on the extent of their injuries, names not released. Also from overnight, police tell us a tractor-trailer went the wrong way down a one-way road and wound up overturning. It happened along Mount Eden Road just after 11. We're told the driver was looking for a motel, misjudged her curve, and tipped the truck right over. The driver was not hurt, but it did take a few hours to get that truck back up and on its way. Lexington police say he's armed and dangerous and on the run, and they need your help to put him back behind bars. 31-year-old Michael Lee Lakes is accused of burglarizing 3 churches in Fayette County and 1 in Jessamine County in March. Police say Lakes stole a car from Lexington home and took off to Florida, where he was hiding out until now. Investigators say Lakes may be connected to other recent break-ins and are asking everyone to help officers track him down. Police say Lakes is likely driving a stolen black Infiniti I-35, Kentucky license plate 075GKB. Anyone with information is asked to contact Lexington Police. The Pulaski County Sheriff's Department is hoping surveillance video will lead to arrests after several vehicles were broken into. Many of the thefts took place in the Highway 39 area in northern Pulaski County. 3 suspects, 2 white males, 1 white female, likely in a dark-colored, newer model 4-door pickup truck. On 2 different nights, police say thieves broke into cars and all more than 10 vehicles were burglarized. Police say they've uncovered surveillance video where credit cards stolen from the vehicles are now being used. The Sheriff's Department says if you have any information, please give them a call. The number on your screen, 606-678-5145. The time has now turned to 6:33 here on Sunrise. Residents in one Lexington home get a close call as burglars ransack their house. Nicole Pence joins us live from Lakefront Drive with those details. Good morning, Nicole.
Good morning, Dia. A pretty scary situation for the people living in this home behind me on Lakefront Drive. Police tell us around 2:45 this morning, a man and woman sitting inside their living room at this home heard a loud boom, and they realized their front door was being kicked in. The couple ran to the bedroom and locked the door behind them. At that point, they heard either 2 or 3 men rummaging through their stuff. Police tell LEX 18 when the robbers worked their way way back towards the bedroom. The homeowner inside that room yelled at the robbers and scared them off. Police say the three men ran away, and at this point, police don't think the robbers stole anything. Now, police do tell us that no one was hurt in this incident, but they say that the people living inside this home are pretty shaken up. We're covering the news live in Lexington from the LEX-18 mobile newsroom. Dia, back to you.
Nicole, thanks so very much. The suspected shooter who police say killed a man inside Leestown Middle School in Lexington will not fight extradition from Missouri. Brian McGuire called from a payphone to turn himself into police near Kansas City Wednesday. McGuire was on the run for 24 hours after police say he gunned down his co-worker Danny Donato at Leestown Middle Tuesday morning. Several people say they've heard the 38-year-old custodian casually mention conflicts with McGuire, but say Donato never seemed concerned. Visitation for Danny Donato is tonight from 4 until 9. His funeral is set for tomorrow afternoon at 12:30. Both services will be held at Kerr Brothers on Harrodsburg Road. A woman's body was found inside a van submerged in a lake at Jacobson Park in Lexington. Police say around 10:30 Thursday morning, two fishermen found the minivan completely submerged in Jacobson Lake. Inside, the body of 48-year-old Cheryl Carter. James Marin was Carter's boyfriend for almost 16 years. Maureen tells us Carter was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease 10 years ago, but Maureen says Cheryl Carter gave him no reason to believe that she was ready to end her life.
She's been suffering from depression for probably as long as she's had this disease. It's something that she knew would never go away.
The Fayette County coroner says Carter's death is being investigated as accidental. Autopsy results will help determine the time and manner of her death. A Shelby County man remains in critical condition after a bolt of lightning knocked him unconscious. Now his family is speaking about what happened. 44-year-old Brian Larsh is originally from Michigan, and many of his family members are on their way to Kentucky to be by his side. Well, there's nothing they can do but comfort each other and keep their hope alive. Esther Schutz says her brother is medically paralyzed.
My niece went to pick him up, and he was laying on the ground, face down in the rain. And when she rolled him over, he was blue and his eyes were open, and they started doing CPR on him, took him into where he works.
Larsh's cell phone blew up in his pocket when the lightning hit, but it is still unknown if his cell phone had anything to do with it. The time now, 6:36 here on Sunrise. Presidential voting is underway in Iran. Iranians have a choice to keep current hardline President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad for 4 more years or replace him with a reformist open to loosening the country's Islamic restrictions and improving ties with the West. More than 45,000 polling places around the country opened this morning. Well, coming up on the Today Show, Alaska's Governor Sarah Palin. Governor Palin sits down for a one-on-one chat with Matt Lauer. Among the topics of discussion, David Letterman's recent jokes about Palin's teenage daughter. The governor speaks out on what she thinks about Letterman, President Obama, and her future as a presidential candidate. It's coming up at 7 on the Today Show, right here on LEX-18. Let's go outside now live. LEX-18 traffic tracker this morning pointed at I-75, I-64. That's the southern split. Looks a little bit foggy, Tom Ackerman, out there this morning. So please do keep those low beams on. Don't flick the high beams. That make it a whole lot worse.
It's going to get better, though. We've got the possibility of some pretty decent weather over the weekend. We'll check out your storm tracker forecast coming up. But first, we're going to see what Lee Cruse is up to.
Yeah, this morning he's getting us ready for the switch to DTV. Morning, Lee.
That's exactly right. Of course, this means absolutely nothing if you're watching us on cable or if you're on one of the satellite networks. But it is sort of sad because we've been broadcasting since 1955 on this analog signal, which we're going to turn off a little bit later. We'll tell you more about that when we come back. Plus more news, traffic, and weather on the way as we continue with LEX-18 News at Sunrise.
Meteorologist Tom Ackerman and LEX-18 Storm Tracker Weather.
If you are in Frankfort or if you're over towards Georgetown, there's some spotty little sprinkles showing up, a light rain shower on the Max Track Live Doppler HD. But the important thing is that's all we've got to talk about this morning. All the just nastiness from the past couple of days has finally subsided as that cold front's tracked off to the south. You can see them on the move. It's just a hint of green, but they're out there. We had a few across Woodford County earlier. Now, as the live sweep rolls by, you can see just a few showers advancing towards central parts of Scott County and clipping just to the north of Frankfort there. the big picture, really, as far as rainfall goes since the beginning of the year, it has been soggy for us. And this is a reversal. We've had a couple of years of drought, and now we're into this really just wet setup. We were briefly in a drought earlier this year, but that didn't last. And now we're running big-time surpluses just since June 1st. We're not even into mid-June yet. We're already running well over an inch in Lexington, closer to 1.5 inches, and over an inch in Jackson. You take those numbers out since the beginning of the year, January 1st, you're talking almost a 4.5-inch rainfall surplus. Southeastern Kentucky is swamped. And we're pretty soggy here, so the good news is the rain's over with for the time being. We've still got some low-end chances over the weekend, but nothing like the last couple of days. Just within the past 24 hours, an inch of rain in Louisville and 1.5 inches showing up down south. But those totals, once we had a couple of rounds of storms and heavy rain producers come through, we were talking anywhere between 2 to 4 inches of rain over a couple of days, so just incredibly wet. The flash flood watch that's out runs through 7 a.m. for Carter County, so that's just about expired. All the other flash flood watches have expired overnight. The flooding threat subsiding. We've got some lowered visibility due to fog and low clouds, though. 64 in Lexington. Look at that. We're down to 1 mile visibility in Lexington. Spots could be down to a half mile at times, so be extra cautious. A lot of areas you're going to run into this dense, patchy fog. 64 in Danville, mid-60s Jackson. Highs for today. Upper 70s, near 80. So not a bad Friday. We're starting out with clouds, and I think we'll end up partly sunny later on today. Mid-60s tonight, and tomorrow up into the low 80s. The problem that we have going into the weekend is this cold front that helped blow all these storms through here has pushed south, but it's stalling just to our south in Tennessee. So there'll still be just enough moisture around with that front close by. We could have a stray shower or storm into the afternoon. You notice just this hint of green showing up in mountain counties later on today. You get into Saturday, wave of low pressure spinning up along this old boundary should be sufficient enough to get some additional showers, maybe a stray thunderstorm firing at the peak of the heat in the afternoon Saturday and again Sunday afternoon. But again, those chances are much on the lower end. Nothing like what we've dealt with the last couple of days. At the bus stop, last day for this, upper 60s, a stray shower storm out there. And the Legends back on the road, don't need to worry about a forecast for them. Upper 70s, mostly to partly cloudy today. There could be a stray storm, especially into our southern counties. You get closer to that front that's slowing down and pushing out of here. 61, partly cloudy, patchy fog late tonight and tomorrow, an 80-degree high, but that chance for at least a few showers, a stray thunderstorm kicking in Saturday afternoon, maybe a few more Sunday afternoon with more widespread chances for showers and storms Monday as a cold front tries to get in here. And once that happens, we've got the chance of a big ridge of high pressure building in, an extended dry stretch, and maybe a hot stretch. Could take another shot at 90 by the end of next week.
Yay. Since I'll be on vacation. Let's go back outside now live. LEX-18 traffic tracker. Pointed at Main and Limestone. As you can see, woo, there's the morning commute as it's picking up speed. We're collision free in the Lexington area. Tom was telling you about the fog, so please do be careful. Visibility is poor in some areas. Lane closure. New Circle between 9 and 3. Inner loop New Circle. Left lane closed between Old Frankfort Pike and Leestown Road. Plan for a delay. Be alert for slowed and stopped traffic.
It is 6:43 on LEX-18 News at Sunrise.
Coming up, Lexington police are asking for your help finding a serial burglar. That story along with the rest of your Friday morning headlines when LEX-18 News at Sunrise returns.
Coverage you can count on. This is LEX-18 News at Sunrise.
6:47 right here on LEX-18 News at Sunrise. A search continued in Lexington overnight for a man wanted in a string of burglaries around central Kentucky. The story tops our headlines this Friday morning. 31-year-old Michael Lee Lakes is accused of burglarizing 3 churches in Fayette County and 1 in Jessamine County in March. Police say Lakes stole a car from a Lexington home and took off to Florida, where he's been hiding out ever since. Well, investigators say Lakes may be connected to other recent break-ins and are asking everyone to help officers track him down. Police say Lakes is likely driving a stolen black Infiniti I-35, Kentucky license plate 075GKB. Anyone with information is asked to contact Lexington Police. Well, a late-night accident sends 2 people to the hospital, UK hospital. It happened on Kentucky 44 in Anderson County. Investigators tell LEX-18 the vehicle that they were in rolled over. One person was taken by ambulance to UK, the other had to be airlifted. Right now, there's no word on the extent of their injuries. Their names have not been released. Presidential voting got underway overnight in Iran. Iranians have a choice to keep current hardline President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad for 4 more years or replace him with a reformist open to loosening the country's Islamic restrictions and improving ties with the West. More than 45,000 polling places around the country open this morning. The impact of today's vote could be felt by countries far beyond the Middle East. Iran's current president is suspected of supporting a covert nuclear weapons program that could eventually lead to war with Israel. Well, today is the day. Digital TV is finally here. Television stations across the nation, including right here at LEX-18, will make the switch from analog to digital. We'll turn off that analog signal at 7 this morning, so that's just a few minutes away. Viewers with cable or satellite service will not see any disruption, but anyone without those services will need a digital converter box to keep watching their TVs. It's estimated 2 million people across the nation will not be ready for the switch. If you have any questions, give us a call at 859-259-1818 or check out our website, lex18.com, and we can link you to the government's website.
And it is 6:49 on LEX-18 News at Sunrise. Coming up, another round of birthdays and anniversaries.
That's right, but first, check in with Lee Cruse, because we're moments away from pulling the switch and taking us into the digital TV age. Morning, Lee.
Good morning. Yeah, we'll move into the digital business exclusively, I guess you could say, coming up right before 7 o'clock. We're going to push a button, and I wasn't sure how elaborate this is. Apparently not that elaborate. All we're going to do is hit that button right there, and there goes the analog signal. We'll tell you more about that when we return. Plus, more news, traffic, and weather, too, as we continue with LEX-18 News at Sunrise. Welcome back to LEX-18 News at Sunrise. Today we're broadcasting from our transmitter building as we prepare to turn off the analog signal, which means nothing to you if you're watching us on cable, if you're watching us on one of the satellite networks. But if you are receiving an off-air signal and you haven't got the converter box or a digital television, it could be bye-bye for you, but we'll get to that in a minute. Now, we've got the engineering staff with us. Well, actually, these are actors. This isn't the real engineering staff. Those guys are too ugly for TV. But Sean Franklin will be manning the phones. If you do have a question about the conversion, 259-1818, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
All day today and throughout the weekend, we'll be answering your calls.
And if you can't get through, let me give you Sean's home number. That's 85.
Sure. Yeah, don't do that.
So here we go. Since 1955, this has been broadcasting to Central Kentucky, as we said. We're sentimental here, and that's why we're doing this live shot, because we were the first to ever do this.
Correct, and it's a big deal for us. I mean, it's been here for a while, and it's been a real staple of what we've done in Central Kentucky. So, this is a big deal for us. Hopefully, all the viewers won't notice a difference. Yeah. That's what we're hoping for when we shut it off. Hopefully, most of the viewers won't notice that it's even any change. That's what we're hoping for. But if they are, they can give us a call, 259-1818, and we'll help them out.
And when we do, this building will become a Dairy Queen. Now, here we go. Tony, walk me through this real quick. What's the elaborate process you have to do to shut off the transmitter?
Well, I have to walk over here.
Yeah.
And press this off button.
All right. Well, good luck with that.
Okay.
All right. We're gonna do that. Go ahead and practice. We're gonna do that right before the Today Show begins, guys. So long. That's 55 years to that beautiful analog signal that we've had.
Gosh, it's been 55 years. That's a long time. Lee, thanks so very much.
You got it.
Coming up, a final look at your LEX-18 storm tracker forecast.
Helen Carter Young in Lexington, happy birthday. We'll be right back. o'clock. And yesterday we talked about baby cougars. Today we're talking about baby turkeys.
Yeah, this video is out of Eau Claire, Wisconsin, and if these babies stayed this little, they may not ever end up in the oven or on your table.
Ooh.
It's kind of odd. Somebody was hungry when they wrote this. The little birdies are called poults, otherwise known as baby turkeys.
And Mom, of course, showed up in the yard in Eau Claire several weeks ago and started laying her eggs. Before long, there were nearly a dozen little buggers. Mom is, of course, very protective of her young and continues to keep a really close eye on them. We're doing a lot of baby stories these days. Let's go back outside now live. LEX-18 Traffic Tracker. We're out there in Nicholasville and alumni. As you can see, traffic volume is steady. We're collision-free in the Lexington area. Let's make it a really good one.
Weather for the weekend, getting better. Let's just put it that way. I'm still concerned about it, just a stray shower storm chance into the afternoon, tomorrow especially, and maybe Sunday. Only because I know that now all the storms are over and it's warm out there. People are just going to be out in droves. So just be careful in the peak of the afternoon tomorrow, and maybe even a stray one this afternoon. Just a little spotty shower storm chance firing up. Otherwise, sunshine, low 80s, so have at it.
All right. We thank you so much for joining us. Today's show, of course, is coming up next with Governor Sarah Palin. We hope to see you back here for noon and 12:30. And at this point, we're 10 seconds away from DTV. Have a groovy weekend, everybody.
Go ahead, get in there, and I'll tell you when.
For the latest news, sports, and your Storm Tracker forecast, log on to LEX18.com. Coverage you can count on.
5, 4, 3.